Here we are at the bottom of the dam. Great day for fishing. Water is actually pretty low today, so we might even be able to do some sight fishing. Now, I'm not too sure if you can see this on the camera, guys. I'm going to be fishing this beautiful pool right here. Right where those ripples come out and it turns that nice emerald green color. That's where those whitefish are going to be hiding today. Maybe here, along the edge of the riffles, or in those nice deep green pools there. Let's see what we can get. Okay guys, so here's today's setup. We're going to be looking for whitefish, and you're going to want to use a nymph. They tend to feed off the bottom. So I'm going to triple my chances today. I'm not sure how that's looking. We got a prince nymph, or pheasant tail nymph on the bottom. A good 18 inches. Got yourself a copper john there. Another 18 inches. A San Juan worm. And then 18 inches to your main line. Triple our chances. You might want to check your regulations where you're from. I know here where I'm fishing, I'm allowed 3 hooks in the line at one time. I'm going to sneak up to this pool here, approach it real careful, not to startle any fish, see what we can get. We have ourselves our first whitefish of the day. Alright, we're going to try this pool back here now. I seen a pike in there, just walking by, over by those logs. Not sure if you can see, they're over my right shoulder there. We got some good luck in that pool with the whitefish. Let's see what we can do in this one. You may wonder why I'm crouching down beside the river low like that. Well, one thing, I don't have polarized glasses. That would be a great asset to have on a sunny day like this. Cuts the glare off the water, you can see the fish. But I can see a trout rising in there for me, chasing me around. So I gotta get down low so I can see him, and we're gonna play cat and mouse. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes. I've given that fish a little rest. I'm gonna go back and see if I can pull him out again. Another piece of equipment I like to use is either this app I have for my phone, Fishing Times it's called. You click on that and it works off the moon phases. It gives you times during the day, good times and excellent times for which you could catch fish. And also I have a Garmin eTrex GPS unit here. It also has a hunting and fishing app, which is the same thing. Best times, what kind of day it'll be, things like that. It really boosts your game. Okay, so here we are back at home, and we ran out of batteries out there and missed out on some killer footage. That last pool provided another whitefish for us. So one thing we didn't talk about was technique. There you saw the flies I used earlier in the video. It's a very simple technique. It's just your basic cast, and you want to cast upstream so she floats down into the pool, and then you let her float a little more past you. Once your line is straight, draw in and cast again. Now in the second part of this video here, I'm going to show you how to clean that fish we caught. Stay tuned. Okay, and now in this part of the video, we're going to show you how to clean the whitefish and prepare it for the smoker. And there's lots of different ways to clean whitefish, and I will use the method that I prefer for smoking. So you're going to need a really sharp knife. That's really important. We'll start with this guy we caught first in the day. So find the gill, where the gills end, and go back behind this fin here that you see. Make your first cut all the way off. Clear off. And you'll see we got both fins on there. Next, locate the hole for waste here. From there we go straight up all the way to where the head used to be. Now I'm going to remove this fin. And I'm going to continue that cut along the bottom of the spine. Is where you want to feel your knife blade hit. And you'll know when you get there. Now just come down all the way to the tail. I don't like to waste any meat on these guys. Alright, now out with the innards. Not much to say about that. Okay, now he's up. I'm going to cut down, remove this fin. Now I'm going to take my cut and go down just to when I feel the spine, no farther. Bring that cut all the way down the spine. Okay. Now, I'm just going to run my blade right along that spine. There's one. Again, I'm just going to cut along the spine here. You want to be careful that you're just cutting the ribs and the bone. You don't want to cut any meat off, like I accidentally did here. there you have it. Not much waste left there. Just the spine. Now I know this method is prone to leaving some bones inside the fish. For me, I don't really care about that because I'm smoking the fish, and smoking the fish is going to make those bones really soft anyways. You can remove them if you wish. Up to you. I'm just removing one of the fins here. There you go. Now I can feel the ribs here. I'm just going to get my knife just underneath them. Just underneath. Out they come. Just the ribs. Okay, now also, because it's going on the smoker, I'm going to leave the skin on. That's one fish down. Now we pulled this guy out of that pool when I was sight fishing, but because I had no battery power left, we couldn't see that footage. So again, coming down here, right behind the fin, off with the head. We all know what's inside there. Nothing that we need. I mean, you could keep this stuff if you like going bait fishing, or you're fishing for crawfish or something like that. It makes good bait. Me, I just put it to waste. Okay, nothing inside there. Off with the fin. Bring that cut down into the spine, down the tail. Again, I'm finding the spine here. With my blade. Now down the spine we go. One side. The ribs are still in there. We'll remove those after. Minimal waste. Again, there's still bones in here, like we said earlier. I can't remove those. Then I'm going to go ahead, since this is a nicer fillet. We're taking extra care to make sure that we're just getting underneath the ribs. Trying not to cut too much meat off. I'm in no way a professional at any of this, and I never will claim to be. I try to cut the fish so I can have at least a bit of waste there, but with those ribs you can see I took some meat out of there. Again, just the ribs. Okay, I'm going to give these guys a rinse off in the sink real quick, and I'll show you how to prep them for smoking. Okay, we have a nice piece of whitefish here, and basically I'm going to go just in 1-inch spaces, not cutting all the way through, just cutting down to the skin. Basically turning the fish into an accordion. Again, approximately 1-inch strips, cutting down only to the skin. And you'll feel it when you go there if you take your time. Now I've chosen to leave the skin on, and it will be removed during the smoking process. Again, see how I've left the skin intact? The smoked skin of the fish actually makes a nice dog treat. If you're into that, I know my dog loves it. Again, just 1-inch sections, taking my time, cutting down only to the skin. And that's that. Be sure to join us next time on Alberta Backwoods Adventures. for the video for smoking this fish. I'll show you step by step the process I use to smoke whitefish. Thanks for joining me. So now I'm going to show you how to prepare this whitefish for the smoker. We've already taken our pieces of fish, rinsed them off, cut them into 1-inch sections, leaving the skin intact. For this particular method, I keep the skin on and remove it later in the process, as you'll see. You see how we've prepared each piece, kind of a accordion style. So you'll see we have our pieces prepared in an accordion style, leaving the skin on the back side. Okay, and now for this method, we're going to start with a 1/4 cup of brown sugar and a 1/4 cup of coarse salt. It could be pickling salt, kosher salt. Me, I'm using coarse sea salt. So what you want to start doing with that is just sprinkle it on the fish. And now, you don't want to go overboard with the salt because it'll really show up in your end flavor. So I'd say no more than a 1/4 cup. 1/4 cup would be quite a bit. As you can see, this is only a 1/4 and I've used a fraction of that so far. Just going to rub that into the flesh of the fish. And what this does is draw the moisture out of the fish. Because what you want when you smoke a fish is a nice dry piece of fish to start smoking. Okay, so now I'm going to start taking the brown sugar and the same thing, just rubbing it into that fish gently, as you don't want to tear away that nice flesh that you have there. It's not that important to apply sugar to the skin side, as you'll see in a minute, as not a lot of the flavor is going to get through that skin back into the meat, so it's all attention on front. The reason we have these slices in here is to make nice, almost candy-like pieces of fish in the end, but also allows the salt and sugar to get inside that meat from the sides there. I will apply salt to the back side of the fish. A little extra there won't hurt anybody. So we turned out in the end using pretty much 1/4 cup of salt for this fish. This fish started out being a nice 2.5 pound whitefish, and this guy over here, he started out at a 1 pound whitefish. So next, we're going to take the almighty newspaper here, place it on a plate, put your fishes in there. and I will apply this guy meat side down, touching the other meats. And we'll just wrap them up. And what you want to do now with these fish is store them in the fridge for at least 12 hours. I'd say more than 12 if you want a nice dry piece of fish to start with. But you'll be surprised how much the salt will actually pull out of the fish. You'll see in 12 hours from now just what I'm talking about. Stay tuned. Are you lazy? Are you?